Almost 2 months after its launch, AMD is still struggling to sell its Zen 5 CPUs, and now these CPUs are getting price cut here and there. So what really happened with Zen 5 and can it be saved? Let's talk about that. This was the second generation of CPUs for AMD's AM5 platform, and it was highly anticipated. And why it shouldn't be? The previous generation, Zen 4, was a proper upgrade. It brought so many modern features like DDR5 memory, PCIe 5.0, AVX 512 instruction support, while being power efficient and bringing 8 to 10% IPC improvement. But early reception of Zen 4 was mixed because of its high platform cost. For a lot of people, Zen 5 was supposed to be the point of introduction for AMD's AM5 platform, but in its current state, it's not looking like that. So what happened? To be honest, AMD happened. AMD overhyped these CPUs to the point they kind of lied about the performance. AMD showed that these new Ryzen 9000 series CPUs will come with a 16% IPC improvement. And after having a master's degree in computer science, I know that 16% IPC improvement doesn't really mean 16% performance improvement. But the point is, it also doesn't mean 2 to 5% performance improvement. Yes, AMD tried to make these CPUs much more power efficient, and they are, but in the name of power efficiency, they are also power limited. AMD also hasn't increased the core count since 2019. High-end Ryzen CPUs still ships with 16 cores and 32 threads. Now, I know 16 cores and 32 threads, it's still a very high number, but it still would have been great to have a higher core count Ryzen part, which is still a consumer/prosumer CPUs, but also dabbles its feet into HEDTs. If we compare mid-range CPUs from both generations, you will see that there is not that much difference, except 9600X and the 9700X are rated at 65 watts, like Zen 4 based 7600 and 7700 non-XQ. And if you look at the performance, the story stays the same. The difference between Zen 4 and Zen 5 can be summed up as marginally there to non-distinguishable. The general consensus was that these CPUs are very power limited, and with the new AGESA update, AMD is addressing that. They are adding a new power profile, a 105 watt power profile to these CPUs, but the high-end SKUs were not power limited, but still the performance difference between Ryzen 9 7950X and the Ryzen 9 9950X is marginal. So what's the problem? Well, according to AMD, Windows, if you enable a very special Windows settings so that you get more administrative privilege and less security, then you will enjoy better performance. AMD and Microsoft worked together and brought a preview build of Windows 24H2 which address and fix this bug. But you don't need to wait for the 24H2 build or install a preview version of Windows. You can update your Windows to a stable 23H2 build and still get the performance improvement. But the issue is, it's not only brings performance improvement to Zen 5, it also does that for Zen 4, which results in the same marginal performance improvement if you compare Zen 4 and Zen 5. It was also reported that Zen 5's core-to-core latency was very bad compared to previous generation, and that is another reason why these CPUs are not scaling well, but that kinda got debunked. Somehow there's been a miscommunication between the benchmark and CPU, and that's the reason the benchmark couldn't report the proper numbers properly. And now with the new AGESA update, it's getting fixed, and now it is reporting the core latency properly, but it's not bringing any performance improvement. We are talking about 1 to 2% at best. Overall, Zen 5 CPUs are disappointing. For games, 7800X 3D is still the gaming champ. For professional work, 7000 non-X3D chips can give you a better value for your money. But I have to give credit to AMD. In the age of add as much power as you can so you can get more performance out of your architecture, they made a CPU architecture which is very power efficient and bring improvements with it, but most of it meant for server-side clients. And I think you should wait for Zen 5 X3D parts, because they might, or I must say they should bring better gaming performance because of their 3D V-Cache. And these new Zen 5 X3D CPUs are going to be the first X3D CPU with full-fledged overclocking support. Previously, you cannot overclock your CPU, or at best you could memory overclock, but now you can tweak with core clocks. And also, according to recent rumors, the 9800 X3D, the successor of 7800 X3D, is coming this month of October, and the higher end X3D parts will arrive next year with new things, new features. What is new? That is not clear, but don't get your hopes up. AMD is trying to save Zen 5 CPUs, and the only way to do it right now is to lower the price. And I strongly believe if these CPUs would have launched at the same price as Zen 4's launch price, the story could have been different. Or heck, they could have launched these CPUs at a lower price. Then the whole story could have been, I don't know, different. Like, the narrative could have been like, hey, look at this, Zen 4, Zen 5 costing the same. Zen 5 is power efficient, Zen 4 is a little bit power hungry. Both gives you same performance. Why not buy the Zen 5? It could have been a narrative if the price was lower, but that didn't happen. Like, you haven't liked my video still. If you watched this far, why haven't you liked it? Like it if you liked it, and if you hated it, feel free to give it a dislike. And tell me your thoughts about Zen 5 in the comment section. And if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. You want to subscribe, which I highly appreciate if you do. Well, do it by here, and there's Akash, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.